they burned it in the stove.
Yeah.
It was worth more as firewood than.
It was worth more than
Couldn't afford to buy fire, coal,
Coal.
so they burned coal. Burned
Corn
corn.
was cheaper than coal.
Isn't that what was so shame?
It was.
Terrible.
And I remember Dad having some nice young pigs. They were feeder pigs. And he probably had to give them away.
Yeah, I
because,
remember that.
They were worth so little per pound. It was
Late one night we butchered them all.
butchered them.
They're big enough, probably 100 pounds. We butchered them all. We didn't want to give them away. God, we used them ourselves.
Then what did we do with the meat? We had no refrigeration.
We canned it and whatever.
Canned it, yeah.
I know
Salted it, I suppose.
my folks canned most of the meat.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I remember that. That was the night we did it. That was cheating,
Yeah.
Didn't want to give it away because we needed it.
Well, I think Dad sold some too, though. And
Yeah, the
he-
government come in that time and bought, they paid so much a pig,
Yeah.
$6 a calf, and
I remember my dad shipped a cow one time. He got a bill from railroad company. They wouldn't pay for the cow. They frightened the cow.
Roy's shaking his head, yes.
Yeah, he knows that too.
Damn right. How in the heck do you get something to eat that way?
What was it you had, Roy, that one time you were telling about? You had to pay money, didn't you? Wasn't it you?
My grandfather
Yeah, your grandfather did, yeah.
paid money to check.
No, that was tough, boy.
Those were hard times, they really were.
They had to script like everything to pay their
One year,
taxes.
In them years, the hogs got cholera and they all died when they weighed about 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And didn't have money enough to vaccinate them that year. That's what happened. They all died.
a lot of them worked their taxes off. That time, hauled gravel in the wintertime on the roads.
With a wagon and horses, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you hardly had feed to feed the horses.
God.
They lived on Russian thistles.
Lift the cows up by their tails.
Oh, yeah. They're so skinny and dry here to lift the cows up in the morning with the tail.
Stand up so they could milk them.
Fed them Russian thistles for a moment.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. Stay out of the behind of them
You're
because they would
talking to
shoot
the
across the
depression
barn.
kids
Lift
tonight.
the tail, get away.
Whew, that's right. That made them so loose all the time that they were.
What a mess.
They didn't have trouble being. They weren't constipated.
No.
Things.
I'll never forget that mess. I grew up with that though.
So
From
was
the time
we.
I could realize it, I always had it.
Well, it was a way of life for almost all of us.
Yeah.
Any
But
other
We all survived, I guess.
yeah.
We're still here.
Any other major things in your life that really affected you? Any traumas that you faced as a family or anything like that?
We never had any divorces.
No? Can't think of anything?
Not until I was grown up.
How did your parents show affection in the home?
Not too much.
That wasn't
Just
cool.
not at all, huh?
Well, they got a hug once in a while, but that was about
What
it.
was that? And Roy was doing over here.
That was the affection. Got a
I suppose you think we're a bunch of nuts.
He's just relating to it is what it is.
So did
You
they
didn't see
ever
any affection in your home either, did you, Roy?
Well, they thought kindly of us, that wasn't it.
oh sure.
They treated each other good. That's it.
Yeah.
did you ever see them showing affection to each other? Your parents?
Well, just a little bit, not much.
Maybe a kiss or a hug or
A hug, I
The
suppose.
other day I heard a joke about Ole and Lena.
Oh.
Lena was talking to the preacher. She said, Ole just doesn't tell me he loves me anymore. Well, the preacher asked Ole why he didn't. Well, I told her I loved her when I married her, and if I changed my mind, I'll let her know.
Oh, gee whiz. Oh, good Oh, gosh.
Gonna waste any
Why waste words?
That should be enough.
That's enough. Don't waste words. Don't repeat all that kind of stuff. Oh, God. Oh, gee whiz, yeah.
What was the discipline like in your home?
We had discipline.
You damn right that difference.
This hanky-panky stuff, I'll tell you. Dad was quite a disciplinarian.
He took a hold and you listened.
You bet. Sure did.
They didn't beat us or anything.
Oh, no, just,
Give us about what we had coming.
right, swat on the bottom, swat on the bottom. The boys did anyway.
Do you ever get a switch taken to you, or none of that kind of stuff?
They didn't need anything like that.
The hand was heavy enough.
Hand was good.
Hand was good enough.
We didn't have a switch hanging on the wall or anything like that.
Oh, no, goodness, no.
Any other memories that you have? This bring back any other stories about him?
Can't think of any right now.
Okay. Well, thank you.
My mom made angel food cake in the cook stove. She had just exactly the right cobs to put in it. They had the right temperature for that angel food cake.
Yeah. I can remember her angel food cakes.
And their sunshine cakes,
Yeah,
they were
some
something
sunshine cakes,
special.
they were excellent.
Just exactly how to fire that with them damn buttons.
A
Yeah.
technique they learned.
Mhm.
They didn't pamper the pigs them days, you know. They just threw them some year
They were
corn.
good.
Yeah, but them cobs would stink. wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
they
It wasn't always cobs we found either.
No, they sure stunk.
They
I
didn't
was
like
always
them.
trying to find clean ones.
They used
Yeah,
to hear
yeah,
some old
bring it in
shell
the
with a
kitchen, you
shell
know.
We were so
or
happy when we would shell corn, you know.
Get
we'd
nice
have a
cobs.
Nice,
Shell, but
clean
then
cobs.
Yes, oh, it was nice to have some clean
Yeah,
cobs,
good
wasn't it,
corn
to pick
cobs.
up? Oh, gee whiz.
They started
was
selling
our-
these
Hated
silver
that
shellers.
job when they were
didn't like
dirty.
them. The cobs were no
Glad to
good.
get out there when they just fed them and then hurry up and
Lady
get some
didn't like
cobs.
them all. They were no good for stove. It just amazes me how they could cook on them damn cook stoves.
But they did.
Yeah, they sure as heck
They
did.
kept the food warm too.
Oh, yeah, those warming ovens were pretty neat.
Mhm.
And then how lucky we were when we got the first kerosene range.
Oh, yeah, good gosh.
Oh, my.
Well, my mother got a gas stove.
Oh, we had a kerosene range.
Yeah, and that was sure
Some
super.
had a pump up gas stove, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was heaven to have a oven on that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember you got an
Yeah,
oven
we
on
had
top of
one
that
too.
gas burner, you know, so you didn't have to heat up the cook
I
stove
had a oven
to
too
bake
for
in the
my-
summertime.
For my kerosene stove.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to go back to those good
I
old
wouldn't
days.
either. I don't want to rerun
Oh,
on that.
mercy. We are so fortunate.
Oh gosh, yeah, I wouldn't want to try that run again.
Now, if the thermostat is off 2 degrees on your stove, it bitch like hell to the dealer, it ain't right. Ain't that right?
Or if it works, if it's working, you just hurry up and go and adjust it a couple of degrees because it's a little bit chilly.
I'm talking about the ovens and.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
about the wall thermostat.
That wall thermostat, you
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yes,
Gets too,
we got it good.
gets too hot, then we turn on the air conditioning. I don't know why we complain, we got everything in the world.
Oh gosh, that's for sure. Pretty.
When we first were married, we washed clothes with rusty water. Oh, that dark.
You had terrible water.
We had terrible
You
water.
had. I can remember your water. You had terrible water.
Over on that, where Arlie Swinson,
Yeah.
Swinson's place.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, you had awful water. I never got in that real rusty
Oh,
water
stop.
to wash clothes in.
I don't know how we ever washed
We
clothes.
had rainwater when I married
There
him.
was Betty's sister in that.
Yeah, we were always used to rainwater to wash
Mhm.
clothes in, so
We
it was,
always had that at home too.
yeah. So it was always nice soft water.
I don't think they make cisterns anymore, do they?
I don't think so because the
I don't
water's
think so.
piped in and it
It's,
goes through a water heater nowadays.
softener.
Yeah, it's
Softener.
softener.
Softener if they
It
have,
doesn't
if they don't
pay.
have, you know, they got a water softener if it's Oh, I got a kick out of Dan. This, I don't know how long ago it is now since Sibley got rural water.
Oh, not long ago.
About 3 weeks maybe at the
Yeah.
most.
Was that right?
At the most. It's just
Really?
yeah, just got in, and they had the awfulest water in Sibley. You couldn't get worse water than
Mm.
that
Is that
water.
right?
Just couldn't get worse water. And of course, Dan's had when they moved into Sibley, they're into town. You had to get the most expensive softener there was
Oh,
because
yeah.
the water was so
Yeah.
terrible hard, just absolutely awful.
Mhm.
It just was awful.
Yeah, how many bags of salt a week? He goes,
Oh gosh, how many was it? He said wasn't it almost one every day.
Oh, gosh.
It was,
Okay.
it was
Oh my
terrible.
gosh.
It really was. It was awful.
mm,
Well, anyway, after this got turned on in Sibley here, when they got hooked onto the rural water down there, just it isn't over 3 weeks ago, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Anyway, you know, after the water heater had gotten rid of that other
Yeah.
water and got this new water in there, and he took a shower and he couldn't get the soap out of the bathtub. It was so soft. There was soap. He wasn't
Used
used
to
to
anything
it.
like that.
Oh, I thought that was pretty cute because he hadn't gotten you know, they won't need much softener
Oh,
anymore.
hell no, he'd probably forget about it.
They won't need much anymore, that's for sure, with their water because. So it was fun to hear about this, and they've had one of these filters sitting up on the sink
Yeah.
that's for drinking water because they were hauling water for years, and you get tired of that job too.
Oh, yes.
And so they had installed that thing, and then they turned on the rural water. And then that darn filter plugged up for them, this new filter, because of all the
Leaving all the
screenings that
crud
are
out of the
getting out
pipes,
of the
yeah.
pipes, so.
Yeah,
I don't know if they gotten that changed yet or
Not
not,
yet.
because
It's another hauling water again.
they're hauling water again until the guy can come to clean this filter out for them, because it's kinda complicated, they got kind of a sophisticated one.
Mm-hmm.
You won't need all that